All right, students. So, welcome to the video lesson. So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to study for sessional exam strategically. So, before we even go any further, in this video, first of all, this video is targeting any students, those who are under M2, not for you guys under School of Business or any other program. Okay, if you are doing any a program that has courses for any students, even if you're maybe first year mining engineering in these other programs, this one is also for you. Maybe there might be some courses that you guys can share. Okay, so in this video is focused on giving you guys I don't know if I should call it a free guidance, free advice. Yes, so this is a free advice. If you want, you can ignore it. If you want, you can use it. And also, the advice that I'm going to give you, I'm not saying you should follow it exactly as I'll give you. It's a free advice. If you want, you can change it. You can apply it to yourself in a way that will work for you, that you think, I think it can work for me if I were to do it in this way, based on what I'll tell you. So you are free to change it or to tweak it in any ways you want. Okay, and also what I'm about to tell you, it is not something that is theoretical. It is from my experience when I was in first year, that I'll tell you things which I saw that these things were working for me. Not just me, I'll also guide you based on what I saw working for other people. Okay, so maybe this video, I don't know if it will be but I'll try my whole level best for this video to not be that long, because when you guys will watch my videos a lot, sometimes I like talking too much in the videos. Like I like talking too much. Like I like going beyond, like going deeper. Maybe I might go deeper, guiding you, trying to make you understand and see this academic journey in the way it is supposed to be seen. Okay, so let's start. So like I've written here, how to study for sessional exam strategically. So my focus will be on answering these questions. These questions are some of the questions you guys have been asking me. The first one is, Joseph, how do I balance studying term 3 work and revising term 1 and 2 work at the same time? Those who like mathematics, they'll be like, how can I study term 3 work and revising term 1, term 2 work? They will use the word simultaneously, or doing them at the same time, because you don't have any other time left. From today, I don't know the day you are watching this video to the day you write the final exam, and this video should be watched in term 3. This video is designed to be watched in term 3. I don't know, maybe in future, in case maybe you are just a fresher who is in term 1, I think this video might not be for you, because you won't relate most of the things I'll be talking about. This video is relatable to those in term 3, especially if you've even written your test tools, because I know this video will stay here on YouTube, and maybe even 5 years from now students will still be watching, and I hope that they'll still find it to be helpful. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to answer this question first. Okay, then when I answer this question, I'm going to go to the second question. I'm going to answer this question, which is, what can I do if I fail to finish studying all the topics? No, forgive this English, I forgot to add the to all topics, because this happens. Some of you may be right now, in case you're watching this video when maybe there are some like a month remaining or 2 months to the exam, and you are thinking that you'll finish. Of course, but the majority, what I know, me at NS, the majority, they don't finish all the topics. Some maybe will just cruise, but finish whereby you understand them to the core. A very few students manage to do that. So maybe some of you might not relate to this right now, but I want you to pay attention, because maybe you might be in this position whereby you find that after maybe 1 week, maybe after 5 days, you are writing maybe like, I don't know, the course, maybe chemistry, then you realize that you haven't covered 2 topics, and in that period that is remaining, you won't manage. Maybe you have other things to focus on. You'll be in this position where you ask yourself this question. So I'm telling you this in advance so that if you ever be in that position, you can at least maybe apply some guidance I'll give you. Okay. Most of the people don't have anybody to guide them, so they end up making wrong decisions. Okay, so let's now answer the first question. You balance in studying term 3 and term 1 week. So me, I always tell my students who ask me this kind of question like this. You need to make a timetable that will allow you to, that will enable you to balance. The reason why the majority of you are failing to balance is because the timetables that you've made, they are not allowing you to balance. Some of you have made a timetable which is only focusing on maybe just revising. Some of you have only made a timetable which is only maybe allowing you just to maybe to cover term 3 week. You need to make a plan. There's a saying that I like using, that if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. It all starts from a plan, then you execute the plan. So a timetable acts as a plan. Okay. So you need to make first a timetable. You need to make, okay, this week, I don't know if it will be based on week C or day Z. This day I'll study maths. This day I'll study chemistry. This day. Then you also target the topics you'll be studying. Maybe you can make a target. Okay, I'll start with trig, calculus, this. So now me, I like saying this. So let me think right them. I don't know. Today is weird. Usually when I record the video, I'm teaching something. Now today, I can't believe I'm guiding. For you who are in my group, I like posting guidances in typed form. I like typing them rather than recording it.
First-year courses stressing you out? Get access to solved materials and video lessons in all your subjects. Download the A+ Academy app and learn at your own pace.
Video, because I know that if you give me a chance to speak, I have a lot to say. And I hope this video won't be very long, and I hope you guys will still watch the video even if it becomes lengthy. Okay, so look, you have to see it like this. You have term 1 week, you have term 2 week, and you have term 3 week. So one thing that you should know is this. Okay, right now I'm being general. Okay, under a normal circumstance, term 1 week, most of the topics which are under term 1 week are things that you've heard about before. If it's physics, you've heard about vectors, multidimensional analysis, all those things you've heard them before, right? Even term 2. In fact, the good part is this: you are just from writing test 2s, which are based on term 2 week. So chances are there that even term 2, it is still fresh in your head. The information, it is still there. But term 1 week, just that maybe you might forget. Yes, it's normal to forget. It's normal. The brain is designed to forget things that it is not using at the moment. Naturally, that's how the brain operates. When you're in term 2, when you're writing my test 2, your focus was too much on term 2 week. So your brain automatically will start getting rid of term 1 information. It is normal. It's not like you are down. Stop calling yourself down. Even intelligent people, they will get them at 20 points. They also experience that. It's how the brain operates. Okay, so you find that maybe you've started forgetting term 1 week, but term 2 week, one thing I know for sure, unless you are just not studying, term 2 week, it is still fresh there in your head, unless maybe you just didn't study a course. Okay, that's why I said I'm being general right now. Now term 3 week is where the hard part is, because term 3 week, most of the things are new. Like, let me not say most of the things, especially if you didn't even have ADMA, everything will be new. 3G will be new. Calculus will be new. If it's physics, brand new. Maybe electricity you did, but oscillation, it will be brand new. Okay. So this means that it will take a lot of energy for you to learn something. Look, most of the things in term 3 week are brand new. They are things which some of you have never heard before. Okay. So it will need a lot of energy, a lot of time for you to understand term 3 week. So term 3 week will need the all of you, like a lot of your attention, a lot of your time, because you need to focus. Okay, it will need a lot of focus. There are topics like calculus you need to understand. You need to understand them. Those things will need time. Okay, even in physics, chemistry, there are also topics there in term 3 week. But my point is that it is brand new and it will need a lot of your time to understand. So this means that More time need to be dedicated to what? To term 3 week. Term 3 week needs more time on your timetable. You need to dedicate more time to term 3 week. Now, term 1 and term 2, I'll put them together because these are revisions. Maybe yes, term 1 week. Term 1 week, maybe it might be hard to remember because it's been a while. Term 1 week, some of you have forgotten stuffs, but still, for the fact that you've learned it before, it won't need as much time as term 3 week will need. So here's how you make a timetable. In case you don't know, a timetable should have also duration that you should be dedicating to each course you're studying. You don't just go to study anyhow. You need to have time. If you study, look, you as a student, you should have, like, I don't know, maybe it can be varied, but you should have some sort of a fixed time that you spend studying. Okay, here's an example. I'm just being general right now. This is a random example. The time that you study is not something that I should determine for you. Let me tell you something. Don't let anyone determine the time that you should be studying. You should, time is something that varies. It's like this. People who are sharp. Listen, there are two types of students. There are students who are very sharp, and there are those who are slow. Like me. I'm a slow guy. I'm a slow learner in case you don't. Maybe I might talk fast. I might teach fast. But trust me, when it comes to studying, I like taking my time. I don't rush things. Those need time. That's all they are. Meaning, those are the students you find studying 8 hours. They can even go 10 hours, especially during this period. They can be studying 24/7. They can manage. And there are those who are very sharp. They just need maybe less than 5 hours. What they'll cover in 5 hours, you'll find yourself covering it in maybe 8 hours, 10 hours. It is normal. That's just who you are. Accept it. Okay? So, just an example how you can make a timetable. So, your timetable should be like this. Let's say maybe you study 8 hours. 8 hours is the time you study. And let's say on your timetable today, it is showing that you are studying, let's say, maths, MA 110. So, since you know that maths, you are in a position where you have to study term 3 week, maybe calculus. Let's say you are studying, okay, let me put maybe trig, but it can be trig or calculus. You know that this is term 3 week. You also know that you've started forgetting things which you learned in term 1. You have started forgetting term 1 week and term 2 week, especially term 1 week. So what you should do is this. Every day when you're studying a course or a certain topic, you should be balancing. If you're studying for 8 hours maths, split these 8 hours. For example, you can do this. You can say, I'll dedicate 2 hours. You can say 2 hours will go to revisions. Then the remaining 6 hours will now go to term 3 week, maybe, which is trig or calculus, whatever term 3 topic you're studying. By doing this, you find that the reason why we're putting less hours to revisions is because we are assuming that you've passed through those topics, like you learned them, just that it's been a while or you've forgotten. Revision does not need a lot of time. It does not take time because you'll be relating. We quickly, sometimes it will be happening that you want to revise the topic, you just go through maybe your notes, you quickly remember, but just going through the pages, information starts coming on its own. You even find yourself spending less hours. That will be happening. Look, time I'm giving you, I'm not saying even you put 2 hours, depending with the hours that you study. My point is that dedicate a few hours to revisions and more hours to term 3 because term 3 needs a lot of time. The brain is designed to requiring more attention and time when you're learning something new because you need to process, you need to understand. In that process, it needs time. It's not something that you should be rushing. Okay, another example, let's say maybe you study maybe you're someone who study for 6 hours. I'm just coming up with different studying durations because students are different. If you study for 10 hours, you can give it maybe like 4 hours or maybe 3 hours revisions. The remaining hours you put to term 3 week. So let's say you study for 6 hours. So these 6 hours, you can say, okay, these 6 hours which I'm dedicating, let's say maybe these 6 hours you want to dedicate it to PH 110. Here we are dedicating to maths, and this is how we allocated time. What I'm showing you is time allocation. In your studying strategy, in your studying plan, there should be time allocation. If you want to succeed in this game of academics, whenever you're studying, allocate time. And in this time, which I'm putting here, make sure that you get rid of any form of distractions. This time should be undistracted. Maybe yes, we can take breaks, but those breaks, of course, it's normal to take breaks. There's a big difference between being distracted and taking breaks. Breaks are something that are planned and are something that you should not spend too much on. You can't be spending 2 hours, maybe in 6 hours of your studying, you spend. Yeah, so I'm saying that you don't have to take too much break, like a break that is having a long duration of your studying duration. For example, you know that you are dedicating 6 hours to study physics, then you are taking maybe a break which is taking you like 2 hours. At least you can take maybe after maybe an hour, you take like a 5-10 minutes break, you walk some, you drink some water. Yeah, if you don't have even enough distractions, you can maybe even go WhatsApp, you view some statuses, you reply some messages just for 10 minutes. Don't go beyond that. If you don't have enough discipline, just don't go online. Okay, but if you're somebody who knows how to discipline themselves, you can be taking 10 minutes breaks or maybe 20 minutes, but under a normal circumstance, a break should not be beyond 30-20 minutes. That's too much now. But breaks are very recommendable. Okay, it allow your mind to refresh a little bit. So if you're studying for 6 hours, for example, PH 110, you can say, okay, since term 3 week is requiring a lot of time, I've never heard most of the topics before. Let's say today you're studying uh, electricity. Today you're studying electricity. Then now, for you to balance with revising in these 6 hours, you can say, okay, let me dedicate maybe let's say 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah, so you can say let me dedicate maybe 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour or 2 hours revising. So meaning that you dedicate here 2 hours revising, then the remaining 4 hours you do some revisions, or you can put 1 hour. Now this is too small unless maybe you're very sharp, but I recommend, since revisions you even need to solve some questions, what you can just give it 2 hours at least. Then 4 hours, I mean 4 hours is going to electricity, 2 hours is going to revising. Maybe you're revising vectors. So I'm just giving you an example. Let's say maybe you're a job B, you want to get an A plus in physics, and you study for 10 hours, which is normal in university. Maybe you, when you go 10, you go back to your BH 20 hours. It's not clear. So let's say you're studying for 10 hours. So you can say, I need to revise very hard. Also, I need to move forward very hard. You need, so like you should at the same. So I don't know if you've observed. At the same time, we are moving forward. At the same time, you are revising. So let's say maybe today, you are studying oscillation. This time is what you are planning to dedicate to your studies. So you can say oscillation. I don't know if they write the spelling. I've forgotten. Oscillation. You can give it maybe 6 hours, or maybe let's just say 7 hours. Then maybe you want to revise some, I don't know, maybe term 2 topic. Which topic? Now usually term 2 you find maybe the topic, like you haven't forgotten much. Maybe you want to revise some units and measurement. That first topic you want to do some revision from a conversions, because those things comes as well. So this will just give it 3 hours. Now I'm not saying this should be fixed. If you are maybe very sharp, in this same 3 hours you can even revise like 2 topics. if they are not that much complex, you can quickly, maybe you go through even a little bit of maybe circular motion, gravitational. But my point is that allocate more hours to term theory because it needs a lot of time and attention. Then a few remaining hours, you allocate it to a topic that you need to revise. Unless maybe you have term 1 or term 2 topics which you didn't study, you were too playful, or you had other situations, maybe you were sick, but you didn't study them. Maybe you can tweak this a little bit. Yes. Now, what is my point? My point here is this. I'm not saying even you should go and allocate these exact hours. No. This should depend on you, the kind of a person you are and how much behind you are. Okay? So my point is that in the total duration that you are planning to dedicate studying, allocate a few hours to revising, then more hours to term theory. Now, this is not something that should be done in one day. This should be done consistently. Look, imagine maybe you have like 2 months remaining to the final paper, right? Imagine like you are studying maths. If you are going to study maths, let's look at this plan here. Imagine if this is what you are following. Whenever you're studying maths, you're allocating this. You're following this allocation. So you find if you do this like maybe 5 times or 7 times, day 1 you go, you push some term 3 week, you also push some revisions for 2 hours. Day 2 again you go, you push some term 3 week for 6 hours, term 2 week for 2 hours. Maybe revisions for 2 hours. You do this maybe for like, 5 times or 10 times. You find that these little effort you are pushing revising, by the time you're reaching, like you're approaching the exam, you've made progress. Progress will be made because all these little efforts you are putting in trying to balance, you find that you've made progress. You don't have a lot of things to revise because you are balancing while studying. You are not just focusing on term 3 week. Here's the mistake people do. They will focus on term 3 week. What they do is this. They will plan, first I finish term 3 week, then later I'll revise. Some will start, okay, first I'll start with revisions, then later I do term 3 week. Trust me, this usually like 90, like from my observation, even me, this didn't work where I tried to do it in some courses. It never worked. 95%. I think let me just say 90%. 90% of the time, 90% of the people who try to do that, they don't succeed. They fail. What happens is this: they'll start term 3 week, they'll start, then term 3 week will happen to be very complex that they don't have even time to revise. Some will start with revisions, then revisions maybe they will consume a lot of their time. By the time term 3 week is reaching, maybe they only manage to do a little bit of term 3 week. But this method, it will allow you to, at the same time you are moving forward, at the same time you are revising. Now this needs discipline. You need to discipline yourself for you to follow this one. You need to make sure that the time sometimes it will be happening that maybe trig gets too much interesting that you just say, I'll revise some other time. So these 4 hours which you plan to give to revisions, you use it to trig. So like that kind of discipline is needed as well. Now, there's this saying that there's no straight line. There's no equation to success. It does not only apply in the financial world, even in the academic world. What I'm giving you right now is not an equation. Sometimes this might not work. Look, me, I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to guarantee you something that, no, this is mandatory, what. No. Okay? Because people are different. This might not work for the following reasons. The first reason is some of you, maybe you won't be disciplined enough. You won't be following the timetable. You'll be some of you, even this term 3, when you know that you need to give your all time to school, some of you will still be playful. Some of you will still want to be going to my sleepovers with my girlfriends, boyfriends. Since maybe we're about to close, you need to spend a lot of time with each other. all those things, some of you will be distracted. So even if maybe you follow whatever strategy, you find that maybe you fail to, by the time you're writing the paper, or by the time maybe you remain with like 3 days or maybe 5 days to the paper, you haven't done much still. You even start blaming me. Joseph is a fake mentor, when it was you who was not applying the discipline. Okay, so this might not happen because of lack of discipline, lack of discipline, and also poor timetable. Some of you maybe will be so unrealistic. Most of the students are unrealistic. You know that you are very slow at understanding, but you allocate small time. Like you are studying for 6 hours. You know that you are very, very slow. In these 6 hours, you just cover like a few things, which is normal. Some of you still now you don't know yourselves, like you haven't discovered yourselves. Lucky are those students who knows themselves. They know that me, I'm a slow learner. I need a lot of time to study, and they don't care whether you laugh at them, you call them job B. They will still do what they know they are supposed to do. Yes. Now some of you still don't know yourself, so because of that, some of you maybe because of poor time management. Poor time management. So I don't know the reasons which I can put here, but I can also put distractions, which I've put in discipline. I don't know. I just want to write them individually. Yeah. And distractions is having a lot of things, because there are many things which can distract. Maybe you might have I don't know, there might be maybe a funeral, or maybe you might get sick. A lot of things happen which are out of our control. Okay, it's not always. That's why I don't make fun of students who fail, those who carry courses. I don't, because I understand many people you see. Let me not say many, but some students you see carrying courses. It's not like they were playful. Even these you are seeing writing Madifiad. Some of them, they were maybe even like studying harder than you, but some things out of control just happened. Maybe they got sick, they had a funeral, maybe they were going through some financial circumstances, they were not, like all those things, all those reasons. Okay, it can happen. This can happen to anyone. That's why I'm putting it into consideration. So these reasons can happen, that you feel maybe with this plan, with this strategy, or whichever strategy, even if you fail to follow this one, you follow your own way, still maybe that one, it might not work out eventually. It can happen that you still don't manage to study everything, and the exam is just very, very near. When I say near, like less than a week remaining, or less than maybe 2 weeks. Yes. So this takes us to the second question, which I wrote here. When I said that time will come when the majority of you will ask yourself this question: what can I do if I fail to finish studying all the topics? Because this is designed to make you study all the topics, because the effort will be compounding, then eventually they will pay off, meaning that they will form something big. I don't know if you understand the concept of compound interest, but those concepts also apply in real life. Okay, small efforts eventually form something big. Yeah, so small data being entered in that brain of yours, eventually you find you know now a lot, because you are just studying small, eventually you know now a lot. Yeah, exactly. So what can I do if I fail to finish? This will happen. Trust me, if you're watching this, this happens. Even me, there was one course, I won't tell you guys, but even me, it happened in one course. I didn't manage to finish. I think I left like one topic and untouched. Imagine a job be like me. If it can happen to a job be like me. Now, I'm not saying you should pray for this to happen. Me, what I can say is at least try your best that at least it can happen. Maybe pray that it happen maybe just in just maybe one course, or maybe in just maybe, okay, just pray that it doesn't happen. Okay, don't pray that this happens to you, no. But one thing I know for sure is this happens. Why? Because of these distractions, which I see most of you students go through. And this is not the time for my sleepovers. This is not time for fun. This is not time to I'm assuming you're watching this in term 3. Term 3, I like saying term 3 parachepa term 3. Term 3, there's no time. Parachepa term 3. Term 3 is not time to play. If you didn't maybe play during the recess or term one first before things got hectic, you play after writing the final exam, not now. Not now. If it's you guys who want to start getting into relationships, this is not the time to get into relationships. I'm telling you this from experience. The wrong time to get into relationship is when the final exam is just approaching, or in the term of an exam, term 3, this term, especially after even writing your test tools when you're preparing for the final exam. If you didn't get yourself a girlfriend in term 1, term 2, term not, then maybe just wait to write the exam, because uh here's the thing. Like when you write the exam after, I don't know if it's August, September, a lot of girls will have time. They are going to have time. They'll be bored. They won't have things to do apart from the chores. So they will be giving you time, and there will be a lot of talking stages. A lot of talking stages. Better you wait for that time, not this time. Term 3, you need to focus. I know, yes, girls will be coming to, especially you, my data boys. Girls will be coming. No, uh, I want you to teach me this. See, maybe she's giving you like those signs, like she likes you and she just wants you to help academically. After you help academically, she even dump you after the exam. By the time you're coming to realize that you've been used as a data boy, it's already too late. You've already carried the course. Or maybe you've already gotten low points that you haven't even made the points for the program you wanted. So this is the time to maintain your discipline. You've already missed term 1 and term 2. When you had time to do all those things, not this time. This time you need to survive. Okay? Talking stages, ignore them. Start those talking stages after you write the last paper. Even you girls, those to my messages, start replying them after you write the final the final final paper. Okay. Okay, so um now I'm giving you tricks. So suppose maybe you run out of time. Why? There are some courses where you can get away with it. Like, because these courses, the way they bring questions is that they'll give you an opportunity to choose only those questions you are comfortable with. They'll give you maybe choose these questions. I mean, choose maybe a number of questions, and these courses include. Now, look, me, my focus will be just on math, physics, chemistry, uh, and I don't know, maybe even biology. But my focus will be on these, because these courses, I don't know, they are the most involving courses at NS. Biology, even to some students, but I don't think I'll even talk about this much. I'm going to talk much about this, because if you are I'm sure you guys can agree with me. These courses, they are like the big machines at NS. Unless maybe you're just bad at biology, you're not good at information, you can say biology is hard. I'm talking about studying the course. These need like calculations, you need to think, you need to master the wati, the formula, the chani, all those things. So I'm saying, for courses like physics, chemistry, there is a trick that you can use. There is a strategy which you can use. Now, this strategy is not something I can recommend. This question 2 I'm answering of if you haven't finished, it is a plan B. Plan A is finishing all the topics. Plan B is maybe, suppose maybe you don't manage like to study everything. What can you do? This is the plan B. Okay. Now, before I even talk about this, let me tell you something about maths. Maths, there's no way you can run away from it, because maths, they bring everything. Maths is unpredictable. Maths, they won't tell. Of course, maths, you choose only 5 questions, but you choose questions which are having like topics combined. These two, um, each question will be having, I don't know, 1 or 2 topics. These two, but this one, I'm going to show you the structure for physics and chemistry. But for maths, they can bring anything. Maths, I can't tell you that don't study this topic. Trust me, if I ever tell you that I'm trying to make your life hard, I'm trying to make you fail. Me, maths, I can encourage you, do your best, make sure that you study everything, especially if they have told you that trig and calculus will be there. just do your best. In fact, I can even encourage you that you start by finishing these 2 topics. If you are someone who has made a plan that no, I'll start first revising, then I finish in 3 weeks, trust me, you won't finish this. I recommend that you finish these. Why am I saying finish these 2 topics? You know what's funny about the way they prepare the final exam, especially these 2 topics are going to be there. These 2 topics carry a lot of marks than any other term 1 or term 2 topic. They carry a lot of marks. Trust me, without just knowing, if you wanted to get an A plus, you can study term 1, term 2 if you're comfortable. But if you're not comfortable with these, you don't know anything about these, you can fail. Like you can fail to get that A plus, even B plus that you are aiming for, because they carry a lot of marks. Maybe unless they change in future, but at the moment, these carry a lot of marks. So me, the strategy I can give, if maybe you've run out of time, still do your best. Maybe if you can't, but at least do your best to study what you can on trig and calculus. Okay, make sure that these 2 you are comfortable. Yes, in fact, me, I can even encourage you that better you are comfortable very much with these than even maybe term 1 week, because these carry a lot of marks than term 1 week itself. But at least term 2 week you're comfortable, term 3 week you're comfortable, like these 2 topics. You can be somewhere, trust me. Of course, term 1 week will be there, but compared to these marks, let me just tell you something. The marks which
Too many notes, I'm never gonna finish this! Enter the A Plus Academy app. Learn physics, chem, math, and bio at my own pace.
term 1 week itself carries, it can't be compared to the marks which term 3 week carries. So this is very important. Okay, so I don't know how we are going to use this information, but I just want to tell you, because most of the students, they make a mistake. Me, I've had students who sacrificed these 2 topics and they got bad results because they sacrificed. Like, no, me, I want to do trig since I don't know the seniors who like to do that. Maths, you can just focus much on term 1 and term 2 week. You'll still be somewhere. Okay, you can be somewhere, of course, but not somewhere of getting a B plus, A plus. Nearly impossible. Like, I don't know, unless otherwise. But if you want to be somewhere, these 2, please, and make sure that you use past papers. Use past papers to see what kind of questions do they like bringing on trig. What questions do they like bringing on calculus? But if you're someone who have our app, the A Plus Academy app, on our app, me, what I've taught on the app, I've only focused on things they ask. Trust me, on that app, I've never taught anything irrelevant. The way I've done in my videos on the app, I've filtered out all the unnecessary things. All the questions I've solved from the tutorial sheet are things they can ask you. Okay? So if you're someone who don't have access to our app for whatever reasons, at least use past papers. See what they like asking. Okay, now let's come to physics. These 2 courses are the reasons why I wanted to talk about this. So let's start with physics. Okay, so we are on physics right now. So what I'm showing you right now, these are the topics which they like bringing, and this is how they like putting them together. These are they like combining them. Okay, so the questions that will come, there will be question 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7. Then they'll tell you choose only 5 questions, meaning that 2 questions you won't answer them. Now this is how they like pairing the topics. Maybe if you're watching this in future, maybe the syllabus has changed, I don't know, but this is based on what I've analyzed, based on the past papers and what they are still doing. They like combining them like this. Okay, maybe physics, what they like, maybe the order can change, like what they did in our intake. They had to rearrange the questions because I don't know, someone was saying no, like the lecturer said that students know that we bring in this format. So what they did was they shuffled. Electricity was not on question 7, it was on question, I don't know if it's question 2 or 3. They like jumbled them up so that we can get confused. But topics were paired the same way. Okay, So what you can do is this. Let's say you reach maybe like 2 weeks remaining to physics. Then you realize that, but I've tried to use the technique Joseph showed me. I haven't managed. I'm just giving you an example. I still haven't managed to be comfortable with electricity and maybe, I don't know, depending with the kind of a student you are, and maybe dynamics. Now, me, I'm not, first of all, I won't encourage you to sacrifice, okay, let me just do it. But I won't encourage you to sacrifice 2 topics. That's too much. At least do your best to be comfortable. Okay, look, this is how you do it. When you're majoring, like, the strategy I'm showing you is the strategy to major. Majoring should be something that you should use as a plan B when you see that I won't manage to finish. And the time has moved, you won't manage. So your major is majoring is whereby you see that, okay, on the exam I'll be given to choose 5 questions and they bring 7. So I'm going to target 5 topics. These topics I will study them deeply and revise a lot. I would do like I'll go deeper to the core such that no matter where they touch, I'll be able to answer questions. Maybe even count them. Okay, these topics which I'm going to like study deep are 1, 2, 3. I mean 1, question 1, 3. Okay, let me just say these topics. I won't mention the names because it will take long. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've been seeing the topics which are there. You're like, these ones, they are simple for me. These I can manage. I understand them. Even on the test, I managed. And you tell yourself all those things like telling yourselves. But dynamics and electricity, I doubt it. I doubt if I'll manage. So this is you majoring. Then you say now, okay. Now what if maybe of these 5 topics, maybe one happens to be hard. Maybe they bring something they have never brought before in the history of CBU. Of these 2 topics remaining, which I have ticked, which I'm not comfortable with, which one can I try? Like, maybe I just know even if just 50% of it, such that in case maybe of these 5, in case of these 5, one happens to be hard, I can rush to that one. I can run to that one as a backup. Even though majoring is a plan B, even majoring you should have a backup while majoring. In case maybe one happens to be hard, I can run maybe to electricity. This is how you major. So I want you to look at this properly, or you can use the past papers to write down the topics the way they come. So if you run out of time, do this. Okay, these weeks, I know most of the things will tell you this is risky. Of course, this is like entrepreneurship. It is risky. You're investing your money in things which you're not sure that it will give you profit. You are taking a risk. Now, even though this is risky, do you know what's funny about it? This method, it usually works. The majority of the students who tries it, like, it usually works because, do you know the good part is, it will force your brain to do its best, like to go deeper in those topics you're planning to major. So usually this works. It only doesn't work if you are like that student who's not that much serious. Because even me, I won't tell you the topic I sacrificed. I don't want you to sacrifice it as well. But I did this in physics as well. I sacrificed one topic. I won't tell you that topic. Yes, like I didn't manage to revise it. So this is how they pair the topics. Circular motions comes with gravitational. Kinematics, they combine it with projectile motion. Rotational motion comes with simple harmonic motion. Electricity, there is current and static. You need to know both of them. Then units and measurement, vectors. Units and measurement is where they are those from dimension analysis. This is how they like combining them. So you can make this as a plan B. Okay. So here's now where I was telling you that method I showed you. So it can happen that maybe term 3 week you are comfortable, then you run out of time to revise. So you can just see which term 1 week can I which term 1, term 2 week can I sacrifice here? Which this one, I won't choose it because I have failed to finish studying. Now I repeat, this is a plan B. right now, if you're watching this, I especially if there are some days remaining, do your best to finish everything. In the exam it makes sense when you know everything. Trust me, the confidence is on another level. It feels so good, like you know everything that they have brought. Okay, but this strategy, I'm telling you guys, this works. I've seen many students using this and it worked. It is only rare circumstances where it doesn't work, but whereby you did your best, the topics which you majored on, you studied them to the core, it works. Me, I know students who even got my A plus, they majored, they even get more marks than you who wanted to do everything. Because if you wanted to do everything, when you know that you're only remaining with maybe 3 days, you find that you won't even have time to cement properly because you are forcing yourself to know everything. So this works, but it should not be something you should like rely on. Like you shouldn't plan for it. You should just use it to rescue yourself, like you rescue yourself. So this is now chemistry. This is how they bring questions. This is how they pair them up. So introduction, they pair it with atomic structure. So this is funny. Term 1 topic, they pair it with term 2 topic, atomic structure and periodicity. Reactions in aqueous, they like pairing it with stoichiometry. Gases usually comes alone because it's bulk. Here, thermochemistry also, because it's bulk, it comes alone. Chemistry bonding, these two, they like combining them. Organic chemistry, these topics I'm saying they are bulk, but me, I've simplified it in my videos, even organic chemistry. And if you're someone who have access to my videos, please, just focus on those videos. Some of you are wasting your time telling me, no, sir, share the notes. See, term 3 weekly, there are no proper notes which I can recommend, which have everything. But me, in the videos, I did my best to put everything that you need. Okay? Chemical. So now, I wanted to talk about this last part. First, before I even go to the last part, let me just say, have you seen the topics I've mentioned? So each intake, it's either they bring chemical equilibrium or chemical kinetics. These two. Then what I like doing is that sometimes they will combine, maybe acids and bases, they will combine with chemical equilibrium, or maybe with this, but usually it's with chemical equilibrium. They only bring one topic of these two, but when they bring this, usually it's combined with something. Maybe they might bring it individually, but it's rare. Okay, but usually it's this. So this means that if you are studying right now, don't target to study everything. Wait for your lecturers to tell you the topics you are going to have in your intake. Don't make a mistake I made. Me, I was that jobby with no direction. That's why I do this mentorship for free. Especially those who are in my group. I do free mentorship because I didn't want you guys to go in the wrong path. Me, what I did was I finished both topics without knowing that they only bring one. Imagine the time I wasted. I would have used it to even maybe study other things. But you have to wait because some of you, I don't know. Let me not talk too much, but let me just say that they only bring one topic, okay? And they like putting them on question 7. I don't know, maybe they'll change the order. Yeah. So it's up to you. If you run out of time, you can just count. I think introduction to chemistry, those things are bulk. I don't think I can manage. Maybe you even say even gases. But these other 5, like 1, like question 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think these I can manage. Now, even though you've chosen 5, in case of emergency, find of question 1 and 3 which you are planning to risk. Find one which you can at least even know, like even half of it, in case one of those you've chosen comes something else. Even though chemistry, final exam, if you've just studied accordingly, it's very easy. You can even get everything. I'm telling you this from my experience because on the final exam, you won't run out of time. Like, time is properly planned. They have planned that a student who just has data is using time properly won't run out of time unless you are slow or you don't have data. Because when you don't have data, you run out of time a lot because you are trying to remember things which you don't know. Yes. So this is how they like bringing questions on chemistry. Okay. Now, I know some of you still want to ask me, sir, how about biology? How about LA? How about computer? This, if I were to tell you that no, you can major, trust me, I'm trying to risk your academics. I'm putting your academics at risk because these three courses, I don't think there is a certain format which they have been following. Of course, uh, they will tell you to choose questions. They won't tell you to answer all the questions. No, they will tell you to choose questions. But these questions you choose, the combination of topics, it changes every year. Maybe me, I can tell you, no, they will combine it with this, but it will change. So me, all I can tell you is study these two, these three. Just study everything. Just try to study everything because you don't know, and no, if it's LA and CSE, they have the habit of saying this question is compulsory. So me, I can encourage you, no, you can sacrifice one, no, shani. Then you find that the same topic I told you to sacrifice, they make it a compulsory, and it even maybe have like 40 marks out of 100. You see, it's like I'm trying to put your academics at risk. Me, I'm telling you the reality. Do your best so that at least in case maybe the one that they tell you to choose, at least you know it. I mean the compulsory one, at least you know it. And they'll tell you to choose, of course. But I just wanted to tell you maybe the gimmick which you can use for other courses. This maths, trig, and calculus carries a lot of weight. Now I'm not saying you should just study them and don't revise. Revise a bit at least, anyway. I think this is what I wanted to share. I don't know if there are other things you need to know. Yeah, and me, all I can say right now is do your best. You know, especially this thing of majoring. I'm talking about it. It's rare to find a mentor talking about encouraging students to major. But you know, the reality is that myself, I once majored in one course, physics. I didn't finish it. But these other courses I managed, except one topic in physics, which I won't tell you. I didn't manage to revise it. So I used this trick. And I saw that I'm not the only one who has succeeded with this trick. Even these students you see who got my A plus. So you think all of them, of course there are some, but it's not all of them who managed to study everything. Somewhere, this is what we say, study smart. Some decided to be smart and it worked. But it's not something that is guaranteed. Yes, you know, me, I remember like this method. I even recommended it to one of the students I had last year. Like this female student, I don't remember even the name. Like she just called me and she was crying. Like, sir, me, I'm very behind. You know, like it was like 1 month remaining to the exam, but I don't know, like 30 days. They were remaining to physics, PH 110. Like she was even crying that, sir, me from term one, I only know 2 topics. Like these are the topics which like she knew that okay, these I can answer something. Like in the exam, me, sir, I can only answer 2 questions of the 5. Okay, not even 2 questions. Like she only knew 2 topics, the whole academic year. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like she cried. You know how you girls they are like crying too much. So me, I just encourage her like, okay, that situation is hectic, and I won't give you any fake hopes. Me, I don't give fake hopes. If you have seen that here things are hard, I'll tell you things are hard, but they are possible. Just that it is not something that is easy for you to achieve. Yes, you need to put a lot of hard work. So I just told her, okay, do this. Choose just 5 because this one it was like a critical condition. I didn't even tell her that choose a backup. I just told her like, okay, this is how they prepare questions. So choose at least 5 questions which you think these 2 topics you can hammer them. Because when she called me, in her head she was planning, even though she had the 30 days to go, she still wanted to try her best to finish the whole syllabus. Imagine to finish studying all academic topics. Then I was like, no, I know, yes, you are trying to be confident, which is normal, which is very good, but be realistic. Let's be realistic. Of course, believe in yourself, but with realism, be realistic. So I just told her, okay, do this. And she even cleared. Like I gave her the materials, she made use of the videos. at least she cleared, but not with those my A plus. I think she got, was it a C or C plus? She sent me the results. I can't remember. Yes. So you see, if this can work for someone who only knew two topics, the whole academic year, how about you who has been studying? Then you just run out of time maybe to finish one or two topics. So these things work, okay? And me, I can just encourage you. I repeat about distractions, especially you guys. Let me just say both guys and girls. I mean, yeah, guys and girls. Yes, get rid of all form of distractions. Whatever distraction comes in your way, if some of you have your partner's home, you have your own boyfriend, girlfriend, tell them that, baby, I'm studying for my future. This is our future. Give me time, like panai kabapa. Just tell them, make them understand. Maybe they are pressuring you. No, you're not giving me attention. Make them understand instead of you failing. Me, I've seen people have failed because of relationships. In term three, they dump them. They become heartbroken. They fail to concentrate. And if you're someone who's planning to break up with someone this term three, please don't wait for them to write the exam. Even if they have done something to you, even if you caught them red-handed cheating, I don't know. Don't dump someone this period. You're going to distract them academically. Yes, don't. This is the wrong time to break up with someone's son or daughter. This is the wrong time. This is the time to let them focus. At least let them write their final paper, then break up with them. Even you who want to enter relationships, a relationship which starts term three, that's a scam. I say it's a scam. It is a scam. In fact, usually relationships which start this period, they don't even finish this holiday which we are going in. The things will finish. They don't go very far. The ones which work out are those which starts during the holiday, the same holiday after August. Maybe after you do maybe a talking stage for, I don't know, 1 month, some weeks, then start. Then it continues when you go in second year. You're even proud, like you are now seniors. Those works. That's if both parties are interested in making things work. And those which start in term one and term three. Term two. Not in this exit period. No, it doesn't work usually. It fails. This is the wrong time to break up with someone. It is also the wrong time to enter in a new relationship. That kind of girl you've been crashing on, wait. You are going to propose in the holiday or next year, term one. Okay? But all in all, my point is get rid of any distractions. If it's movies that you have, you watch after you write. You watch, you have a lot of time. You'll be finishing my seasons every day. Every day you're watching a season. Every day you're finishing a series. You have a lot of time to relax. This is not the time to sleep. If you didn't sleep in term one, if you didn't sleep in term two, this is not the right time to sleep. This is not the time to try to balance life. No, I can balance the school with doing this. No, pause those things. This is the time to focus only on school. Okay, this is for your future. Your future is in your hands. Do everything to be strategic. Okay, do everything to be smart. To do something smart way, to make things work. And there are some of you who are having low CAs and you are being discouraged. Some of you, maybe your CAs are below 20 and you are losing hope. That's what I was telling someone, that do you know that if your CA is 10, if the paper is out of 100, you just need to get 67 out of 100. Then you are going to get a clear pass, like a C. That is survival than carrying a course. You start paying for carrying a course. Like, just do your best. You can make miracles. Miracles happen if you're in academics, if you're putting effort. In academics, miracles only happen if you're putting effort, not when you're just seated there praying. Of course, pray. I really encourage praying in everything that we do. We need to put God first. God need to guide you, but you also need to put effort. Those going to pray ground instead of you're praying the whole day instead of dividing time studying. Like, let me not talk about that. But my point is that it is possible. Just do your best and be strategic. Okay, and the last thing that I would like to talk about, that I almost forgot on maths, is what happened in 2024-2025 intake. All the questions they brought on trig and calculus came from test 3. So there's a test 3 which they give. I don't know if it's those in evening or what in distance. They give them as an assignment, which is their test 3. That paper is where they got questions for trig and calculus. The same thing also happened in 2023, 2024 intake. The same thing happened. When I say the repeated questions, I mean the exact questions which were in these documents. It's like they were just copying and pasting without changing the papers. So if they release in your intake, in case maybe you're watching in this in future, make sure that you go through that document. Because I remember students I had in this intake, 2024-2025 intake, they released and I solved for them under A Plus Academy. A Plus Academy is where we solve documents. It's a platform where you access solved materials. Like they were celebrating. People got my A plus. Students I had this intake, they got A pluses in maths because these topics which carries weight, they knew all the questions which were there. Imagine a case whereby questions which they bring, you've seen them before. You were just from solving them. Like someone, a tutor, me, I was solving for you. You even find them on your exam. So look out for this. In case maybe you're watching in future, maybe things might change. But right now, I feel like they'll still do the same because this year it happened, and it has been happening even these past years. They repeat questions from this paper. So if the document will be released, those who are my students, share the document to me so that I can solve for you, okay? So that I can make solutions for you, you can revise. And in case you want to be part of our platform, so you guys were very behind. There are some of you who are behind. You are very behind. You don't know where to go. I know there are many who are promising, attend our tutorials. Now, as we have a platform where there are videos. These videos, they are recorded already. We've taught all the topics. All these topics from term 1 to term 3. And I have taught these things. I've simplified. They who have taught these videos, I've taught them in such a way that by just watching them, you can answer any question. Like you can start answering questions in the past papers, in tutorial sheets. Yeah, so like the way I record videos is I focus on things which they ask. Me, I don't know if I sound like I'm bragging, but I kind of like I've cracked the code of NS. Like I've seen how these lectures like bring questions where they touch and where they don't. So these videos, they are focused on things which they bring, things which they like ask in each course which I tutor. I tutor maths, physics, chemistry, and biology. So by just watching these videos, you're just watching them in order in which they are on our platform. Right now, we have an app called A Plus Academy app. Videos are there in an organized manner. All you need is just dedicate your time and watch. And trust me, I can guarantee you, get a topic which you think this one is hard. Or if you want to get calculus or trig, watch my videos. If you see that despite watching my videos, you're trying to use what I taught you, you're not able to solve any question, I can refund you. Because I know what is in those videos. What is in those videos has helped a number of students to get my A plus, my A's. Those students who had my low CAs with just those videos, watching them and applying the concepts, they have gotten incredible results. Okay, so you can download the A Plus Academy app. I'll put the number on the screen in case maybe you want further guidance on how to install the app and what. And then on this platform, you will access the videos, not just the videos, even the solved materials. Like right now, apart from solving the tutorial sheets, we've also solved the sessional past papers from 2012 to 2025, and we are still solving more. This is so that you can be exposed, so that you can test yourself before you write the final exam. Try to get one sessional paper and solve the whole paper and compare the solutions which are there on the app, which we have solved for you. Okay, so use those materials to your advantage to revise. Okay, I'll put the number on the screen. Those who want to like ask how maybe they can install the app, I'll guide you those things. I'll guide you for free. Guidance is for free. Okay, I don't charge mentorship. The moment to become my student, you're already entitled to my free mentorship. I offer free mentorship to my students. So I'm the only tutor who find time to also mentor as well, and it's rare. Yeah. Okay, so I think this is all what I can share. Yeah, and I hope that you guys do your best, and I hope you've heard about the distraction part. You know, distractions are what makes most of the students fail. That's why I don't know if I've said, I mean, I've talked about distractions like twice, because distractions are reasons why most of these students go on part-time, carry courses. I'm sure if there's a student who's on part-time or has carried a course watching this, if you just ask them properly, you'll find that no, I was too much into maybe alcohol, I was watching too much series, I was too much into girls, I ended up carrying this course, I was always going to sleep over, chani. You hear those kind of stories. Okay, that's why I always say, get rid of distractions, especially this time. Yes, I know this is the period of World Cup, but World Cup is not something that will take the whole day. You can just watch it. You can watch it, soccer. I don't mean that you don't need even to have time for these little things. You can have time maybe to talk to your family, but not the whole day are just socializing. That doesn't mean that you should stop bathing now. No, especially monks. You can balance it. That's because I've said be serious. I haven't said stop bathing. No, you can do these basic things, which you know that it won't take like the whole day just doing it. Okay. So, and the advantage of this app is that even if you're not attending lectures, with just the videos on this app, like you're even more than someone who's attending lectures, because lectures don't teach everything. As we go, we teach everything, we even solve for your questions. So it's an advantage. Yes. Okay, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed, and um I hope that you apply what I've just told you in this video. And for you who want to know more about the A Plus Academy app, you can contact me on this line. This is my number, 25414. Okay, all right. All the best to you guys, and make sure that you subscribe on this YouTube channel so that I can make more videos like this where I guide you, I tell you like a bunch of stuff. So now maybe to survive on NS, and how maybe I don't know, even other tutorials. And on this channel I also post tutorials solving stuffs. Yeah, so and I'm uploading videos solving sessional past papers for revisions for you guys who want to revise, um, or want to revise maybe by revising a past paper. So on that channel I'm also uploading those things. Right, have a very nice day. All right, students, so this is the A Plus Academy app. So this is where you find pre-recorded video lessons for NS work from term 1 to term 3 and other documents which are necessary. Okay, so just go on Play Store and search for A Plus Academy app. This is the app icon that you should go for. When you download, open the app by going on open. So when you just log in, make sure that you create an account, then log in. You see these videos and documents. Okay, so you find this screen, so go under here, under videos. So select the term. Let's say if you want videos for term 3, go on term 3. If you want videos for math, go on MA 110. So in case maybe you are very behind that you don't know to read, these are the only videos you need to watch in order to be able to solve any question under trigonometry. Okay, so everything has been taught. We were focused on things which they bring on the exam, and this video that you are watching right now, all the concepts which are going to be used or which are being used to solve any question under trig, the concepts are in these videos. These videos are very manageable. You just need maybe like a week or 2 weeks, depending with the pace, but they are very summarized. Okay, and we've also exposed you to exam questions. So apart from the videos for trig, there are also videos for calculus. You'll find the videos here. So we've also solved a bunch of questions in these videos to expose you to all possible questions they can ever bring on calculus. So these are the only videos you need to watch. All right, and also in case you want to access the documents, there are also some solved documents here. All the past papers, the tutorial sheet, they have been solved here. Okay, so just go under solved past papers. You find all the sessionals that have been solved. Even the past papers, the tutorial sheets are all available. Okay, and even term 1 week, term 2 week, in case maybe you are very behind, you didn't understand term 1 week, you're not very comfortable, videos are already here. Okay, if it's term 2, all these term 2 topics, you find the simplified videos. So all the knowledge that's going to be used in this video and that's been used in this video is found on M+ Academy app. So make sure that you download the app and subscribe. For more information, contact me on the number which I'll put there on the screen.